Welcome back, all my Tech Mexers. Back at you with some more Wheel of Time stuff, because there's more stuff to talk about. Here with baby Savannah. Hopefully she is not too noisy while we discuss New York Comic Con and the Wheel of Time cast panel that happened there today, or yesterday, by the time I release this.
Oh, he's technically Mexican and 3/4 American, but for 3 generations he's got that nationality. Great-great-grandpa headed south, whose kids had kids then turned around. It's not what the show's about, but it's why he's Mexican technically.
It helps that he was raised in New Mexico, lived in Guadalajara for 2 years, speaks fluent Spanish with a bachelor's degree in language and taquito.
So, I spent money on a virtual pass so that I could watch this thing live, and I didn't need to do that because they released all the important bits on Twitter right afterward. But it's okay. There's a couple other panels I'm interested in, so I'll do some videos on those too. First off, we got this trailer, which is like a repurposing of the images we already got, except we got a nice little Murdral and some Trolloc boys in the background. I think it looks pretty good. It's okay. It's not like the best poster ever, but I like the colors for sure. I will say that all of the Trollocs look the same, which I would understand if that were a sacrifice that had to be made for practicality's sake for the TV show. But I don't think I'm alone in saying it would have been super cool to see the Trollocs how they're described in the books, of just a crazy amalgamation of a bunch of different kinds of animals. Like, we want to see some Trollocs with beaks and wings and stuff. I totally understand if they cut that and just make all of the Trollocs look uniformly like this with 2 horns, and it would be a lot simpler and a lot easier to manage as a showrunner. So I understand it. I don't love it, but that's a conceit I'd be willing to make, as much as I would love to see a variety of Trolloc designs. So let's get into the juice. The Comic-Con panel really didn't give us a lot of new information. It was mostly just talking with the main cast and getting to know how they approached the characters. And that's fine. It was nice to see them talk and just get a feel for the camaraderie within the cast. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't anything super newsworthy. Unfortunately, they don't talk about Matt's recasting. They don't address it, kind of just pretend like it doesn't exist, which is a bit concerning, but also understandable for privacy's sake. You know, we don't need to know as much as we want to know. You're scratching. That hurt. You've got long fingernails. As much as we'd like to know, if it is something personal, it's not something that we deserve to know. Unless it's not personal, then tell us. Tell us what's up with the recasting. It's not addressed, so don't get your hopes up on there. The 2 big things, though, we got the poster, we got some music from the show, and we got to see a little scene, which it has really bad quality here on Twitter. Savannah, you are crazy. So we're gonna move to the YouTubes. We're gonna shmoo it. Ouch. There we go. All right, let's watch the scene together. I've already seen it just the once, though, and let's watch it all together. Here's the new scene from season 1 of the Wheel of Time, probably episode 1. I mean, obviously episode 1. Just watch. Try that down. Ooh. Basic wine spring. You just seeing, everyone's getting ready for winter night. Rand is upset because Egwene won't talk to him.
How did the ceremony go today?
Don't know, actually. We haven't talked yet.
I'm sure she's just busy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Boots. We got some boots.
Name yourself, stranger.
Lamb Mondragoran. This is my reign.
We'll need stables for our horses and a room for the night. 2 beds and fresh linen, that's all we need. Of course, Moraine to die.
If you'll come this way.
All right, it's a scene from the wine screen and the introduction of Lane and Moraine's characters to the main cast and everyone in Emmons Field. It's nothing to write home about, but it's a good scene. I'm excited to see the whole thing, baby. Let's talk about some things I noticed. We've got all the main cast except for Matt is mysteriously missing from this scene. A parallel to reality? I don't know. I like the more I see of the main cast talking on the panel and in this, the more I'm growing accustomed to them. I think that they will do a pretty good job in their roles. I'm excited to see their growth throughout the show's duration. And I gotta say, I kudos to, ouch, your fingernails hurt so bad. They hurt so bad. We get a shot of the Misty Mountains, or the Mountains of Mist. No, it hurts. We get the Misty Mountains in the background. We get lots of people. Egwene. I gotta give kudos to the costume designer. I'm loving the costumes. It's a lot of people don't know Wheel of Time is not a medieval fantasy, like Renaissance, and I think the costumes look really good. I'm loving it. So we get some nice fancy boots. We got Nynaeve. This is interesting. So the mysterious stranger arrives, right? And everyone's wary of strangers in Emmons Field because no one comes to Emmons Field. And what I think they're doing here, which will only work for anyone who hasn't read the book, is not a super spoilery, but minor. They're gonna try and make you think that this is the mysterious rider that Rand sees at the beginning. Rand sees a hooded figure on a horse following him who's very sinister, and turns out to be sinister later. And they're gonna make you think, ooh, is this the guy on the horse that he saw from a distance? But nope, it's Lan, and he's gonna take his hood off. And so, but it's gonna be like, hey, is that the one? Is that the guy? Is that him? Don't know. The more I see of Lan, I really like him. I think he's going to do a great job, and obviously Rosamund Pike I think she's perfectly cast. She's very stoic and very. You can't take her from me.
You're still recording.
Yes, I'm still recording. Why are you taking my baby? She gets me more views. Fine, here you go.
Stop.
Oh, take the baby. Bye. Hi. All right, we got Moraine. I love the casting, and I think she's doing a fantastic job of playing an Aes Sedai from the very little I've seen. We get right off the bat, we get Nynaeve, the village wisdom, being a stubborn mule and very standoffish to our guests, whom we should welcome and be cordial to. But Nynaeve doesn't know the meaning of the word cordial, and that's perfect. That's perfectly in character. Good job. They come in, and this is the other big change I wanted to talk about. We're not really getting much, but this is something worth mentioning. And it's a change from the books that I think is a good change because it expedites the story. In the books, the Emmons Fieldiers are very ignorant of anything outside of the Two Rivers. No one ever comes to the Two Rivers, and no one ever leaves, so they don't know what's happening in the outside world. So much to the extent that they don't even realize that Moraine is an Aes Sedai when she's first introduced. And anyone who's been anywhere should be able to see the science and see that it's an Aes Sedai with her warder. Like, there's so many hints. But the people in Animals Field they're just very secluded, and so they don't know. This is a little bit of a change. The innkeeper, Egwene's mama, Mistress Alvir, instantly recognizes the Great Serpent Ring on Moraine's finger and calls her Moraine Sedai, and gives her the reverence she deserves, right? And it's really a simple change. It doesn't take anything away from the books. What it does is streamline the story, so you have less explaining to do. I'm totally okay with that change. She's warming up by the fire, and then she's taken to her rooms. There's not a lot to talk about other than just the aesthetics, and I think the aesthetics look fantastic. Oh, I think we can also gather here that they're probably gonna skip the sequence at the Althor farm. We're probably going to be in Emond's Field through Winter's Night and waiting for Beltane and just have the Trollocs attack. I think it would probably take up too much time to have Rand and Tam go back to their farm, get attacked, and then make their way back to Emond's Field. That's a thought. I really love the aesthetics. There's not a whole lot to glean here. Probably the biggest news and the last piece of news from the Comic-Con that I watched and paid for and totally unnecessary is we got more casting. We got more casting for season 2, and we finally have confirmation that Elaine Trakand is not in season 1. So we probably won't even see Caitlin in season 1. That's gonna get scooped to season 2. That's fine. You gotta shift stuff around. I really like Elaine's character. This is the one. She looks kinda too young, but we'll see. I don't think it doesn't look like bad casting, just like compared to Rand. I don't know. It's probably fine. And then we've got these two women who they won't tell us who they're playing. So let's play the guessing game. Rafe Judkins in the panel said that he can't tell us who they're playing, but he hinted that they are two of the most important characters in the book. So, of the characters that are still missing that are important, we have Avienda, who doesn't show up till book 3. And we have the Trakans. We have Morghese Trakand. So this could be Morghese. I could see that being that's mom. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Morghese Trakand, or one of the older Aes Sedai, like Varen Sedai. Or one of the countless Black Ajas whose names I can't remember. But that could be an old healer. Or no, sorry, she's brown. Varen. Because most of like the important cast has already been cast. We already know the Armorland seat. We don't know a lot of the antagonists. Okay, so these could be Forsaken. That could be a Lanfear. Could be Mogideon, Graendal, or Semirog. I don't know if any of them are two of the most important characters. So I am kind of leaning towards an Avienda, although she's significantly older than Rand. I think she's in her 30s. This actress is in her 30s. Like mid-30s. That's a lot older than Rand's character, who's like 28 or something. Or Rand's actor, I mean. I don't think that's an Avienda. I think we're looking at two Aes Sedai, or maybe one. It could be Lanfear. These two are either Aes Sedai. I don't think she's a Forsaken. She could be a Forsaken, or this could be Morghese Trakand. But we do know this is Elaine Trakand. Let me know in the comments who you think they're going to be. This one is Natasha O'Keefe. Let me just double check. Yeah, that one's Natasha O'Keefe. And that one's Mira. All right, let me know in the comments who you think this is. This is who Mira will be playing and who Natasha will be playing. I've given several possibilities. I'm kind of leaning towards Morghese and one of the Aes Sedai. Let me know what you think. And that's like all the news, really. Other than that, it was just nice to be able to see the actors talking, see the camaraderie, and not a whole lot of news from Comic-Con. So, thanks for watching this video. I'll be doing a couple other videos from Comic-Con. And you'll see those in the future. I'm making a lot of headway in the reading The Eye of the World, so we'll be getting that review out sometime before the show drops. And we'll see ya on the flip side, baby. Bye.